You are sitting completely safe in a quiet room, yet your heart is racing, your palms might be sweating, and your mind is gripped by a creeping sense of panic, while your eyes dart rapidly down a glowing screen. This reaction occurs because the brain is executing its deepest evolutionary programming. Humans share the exact same baseline circuitry for fear and motivation that exists inside a rat or a goat. These neural nodes are responsible for your most basic survival instincts. We are operating ancient, hypersensitive survival hardware designed for a dangerous, wild environment, but we are running it inside a complex digital society. Modern psychological friction is the result of an ancient animal struggling to adapt to modern stimuli. The amygdala, your brain's primary threat processor, cannot distinguish between a charging predator and the social stress of a toxic boss or online bullying. To your nervous system, a threat to your social standing is processed like a threat to your life. This perceived threat triggers a flood of cortisol. This hormone shuts down digestion and spikes your heart rate as the body prepares for physical combat. When this social stress becomes chronic, relentless chemical exposure physically damages the brain, eventually causing the memory center to shrink. Our reward systems are hijacked in the same way. Doomscrolling and sugar activate the identical dopamine pathways originally meant to reward survival behaviors like finding food. These instantaneous digital rewards carve physical neural pathways that can bypass logical decision-making and erode willpower. Persistent exposure to these triggers can entrench ancient circuits into patterns of persistent anxiety. Despite vast differences in lifestyle and achievement, billionaires, elite athletes, and couch potatoes share the same macroscopic architecture in their brains. The human advantage lies in the prefrontal cortex, the massive evolutionary upgrade that provides us with advanced executive control. High achievers actively use this region to override their ancient panic and reward systems. This is the result of cognitive override training. Elite athletes like Michael Phelps visualize worst-case scenarios, like their goggles breaking mid-race, to program their brains to remain calm even when primitive panic suggests they should freak out. Intense process-driven practice builds thick neural pathways. This repetition turns complex skills and emotional control into an automatic physical reflex. Extraordinary performance relies on using the prefrontal cortex to domesticate primitive survival instincts. Willpower is a physical, trainable muscle governed by neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself. Executive control is trained by deliberately delaying gratification and pushing through the frustration of difficult tasks. Struggling to learn a complex language or a musical instrument forces the brain to physically adapt. These efforts forge new, resilient neural connections. This cognitive effort requires a biological counterbalance, the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system. Recovery requires environments of deliberate rest. Without shifting the body into this state, the physical damage caused by modern stress cannot heal. Choosing difficult processes followed by intentional rest physically shapes the brain of a high achiever.